Hello everyone, welcome back to Tina Teach Python Scope Part 2, the global keyword and the non-local keyword. We're going to figure out what they do, what they can achieve, and how we can work with them, okay? Let's move on to the first part, the global keyword. The global keyword becomes useful when you need to have a global variable within a local scope, okay? As I've written here, global variable within a local scope, right? Because if you remember from our last lesson, if a variable is within a function, it is local to that function. If a variable is outside of any function, it is global. So the placement of the variable turns into its scope. But you can mess around with that by using these keywords. And the first one is the global keyword. So I have a function, my function, and I'm going to make the variable x global, right? So x is hello. And once I've called upon the function and I print it, it's going to return hello, right? It's just going to return hello. We already know that. Now, to the next part, you can change a variable scope into a global scope inside a function as well. So x is outside of any function right here. It is global. Now, we're going back into the myfunc function. Global x equals to goodbye. Now, using the global keyword, we've managed to change the value of x. Okay, we're not being limited by any sort of scope whatsoever. And if we call this function and we print it out, it's gonna be goodbye. It's gonna be goodbye, right? Because we've already changed the value of x. Now, let's move on to the last part, non-local keyword. What does this do? Non-local keyword is used to work with variables in nested functions. So you may come in a little bit of a difficulty with, keeping in mind of the scope, global, local, and if I want to change this, if I want to change that, the scope may make things a little bit harder for me. So non-local, like global, helps with giving you a little bit more control. It allows the variables to be accessible at different levels, okay? So I have the first function, the outermost function, myfunc1, x is hello. So this x is local. It is local to my function. And to myfunc2, we use the keyword non-local x, and we turn it into goodbye. Now, we called upon myfunc2 because it is a nested function. You can't call upon it outside of myfunc1 and return x. If we print myfunc1, this will give us goodbye. It will give us goodbye, right? And if you delete this completely, no more x equals goodbye, you get hello. Or if you change goodbye into something like shoelaces, you would get shoelaces, okay? Now that we're here at demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and write my function, okay? myfunc, and then global x equals to hello, just as I've done so in the presentation part. And let's call upon this function so we can print it out. Print x, all right? And this is going to give us, let me just run this real quick. Okay, it's going to give us hello. So that's what we have. Now, let's move on to the next part of this. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all of that. And I'm going to write x equals to hello. We have our global scope x over there, myfunc function, right? And global x. So we can change it, x equals to goodbye. Right? A little bit of a mistake there. And let's call upon this function and print it out. Print x. And this is going to give us goodbye, okay? We don't have hello anymore. We have goodbye since we've changed it in the myfunc function. No, so it's not the same thing, okay? Now, let's move on. I'm going to go ahead and delete this again. My function, x equals 2, and then another function that's nested inside. So, non-local x, then x equals 2 goodbye. All right, now let's go ahead and call myfunc2 and then return x. And let's print myfunc1. And this is going to give us goodbye, right? Because we've changed the global x with myfunc2 and x is changed. Now if we go with strawberry, we'll have strawberry, okay? Strawberry right over there. And if we delete this completely, we have hello, right? There's been no changes. We have had hello, and that's it. That's it for today's lesson. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment anything that you're curious about. Next topic is going to be about Python modules, okay? Learn today, better tomorrow, and have a wonderful day.